Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. Welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary, where we talk about what we want to talk about when we're ready to talk about it. And I just want to talk about the Seeking Sister Wives today. And like I said, watch Seeking Sister Wives. People have changed. They have turned over a new leaf. You guys, my blood pressure up the roof. Okay. So I finished episode 5 so we could be on track for this week and continue, but I wanted to just chit chat with you guys. And hey, to my conscious, hello, conscious. They could probably use a little bit of the brain chit chat, talk, and education that you give us. They could use that over here. Good to see you. Hello, everybody. So let's get into it. And I would love to hear your thoughts because this was a really good episode. And I'm just going to mix in a little bit of previous episodes. And I did a breakdown that I'm going to post about these relationships like Garrick and Danielle, because we're going to go to one of the OGs covering Secret Sister Wife, according to Amber. Let me know if you follow her. That's my girl. She's doing so well. And I don't know her personally, but I love listening to her. And we used to post content together back in the day on Seeking Sister Wives. Not together, but she'll support my channel, I support her channel. And when I look back, I'm like, she's doing so good. She's like at 60K, and she does Love After Lockup and all of that. So I'm going to post her right there. So Conscious said, I've never watched Sister Wives. Now, see, it's a difference. So Sister Wives got our boy Cody, and you could start on the first season, Conscious, but that's Cody Brown and his ex-wives now, right? But now it's Seeking Sister Wife, and that's for people that want to live in the polygamy world. It's just crazy to see these couples. So you're in for a treat for two people. Like I said, they could use a little education on the brain over here, because some of this stuff doesn't even make sense. Like, why are you guys sabotaging your marriage like this? And it's certain people. Like I said, I think the Davises are okay. So today we're just going to we're going to go with, you guys, I guess let's start with Matt. Okay. Matt and his wife, I keep on forgetting her name. And what's her name? You guys put in a comment. I forgot her name. Angelica. I'm sorry, Angelica, because I like Angelica. I really do. So this is Matt and Angelica, and I have the picture of the craft back here because I was like, they went on a date, and they went on a date with a witch. And I don't know if you guys ever saw the craft. Let me know. She reminded me so much of the girl Rachel from the craft. Her real name is Rachel. I cannot think of her actor who the actress portrayed. But yeah, great movie. I haven't seen it since the 90s or early 2000s, whatever it came out. Rachel True. But yeah, they went on a date. And so let's back it up. So we talked yesterday, and thanks for y'all who supported the stream. So yesterday, we were trying to live stream it, and they didn't strike me or anything. They just I appealed it. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to figure out how to do the commentary and all of that together. So it wasn't like a bad strike. It was just like, hey, we see you over here streaming, girl. Stop it. So they were with Shanice, and remember, Shanice told them that she done found a new boo. But basically, before that, we were mad because Shanice, she came over there and said, would you move closer to me, or and they were like, well, you move closer to us. And then she was just like, hey, what if I was to see someone? It was a lot of dangling a carrot in front of the horse. And then basically, like we called it, Shanice broke down and said, yeah, so I've been seeing someone, and it's getting kind of serious. Like, my girl had butterflies in her stomach and all of that stuff. So Matt got mad. So we get into the kitchen, and Angelica's cooking chicken for Matt. And so Angelica says, so have you talked to Shanice? Because that's her best friend. Like, they're super close. Like, they would have been great sister wives together. So he was like, no. And this is what I figured out about Matt. Because Angelica sort of said it. She said, you know what? He doesn't show emotion. So she could almost, that's her husband, of course. So she could almost call it and say, you know what? He's not showing any emotion. He doesn't even want to be with, he doesn't know how to treat a lady. That's basically what I took from it. Like, not that he's, totally gross or anything like that. It's just that he's just mundane. Like, he's like, I'm not chasing after nobody. And it's like, I don't blame Matt, because I feel like she stepped out the relationship because she wasn't getting enough attention. Okay. So that is done. So now this is what made me mad. So Matt tells Angelica, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I was talking to somebody, and it's somebody from my past. She know we're married. And I get lost at this point, because I thought that the agreement is supposed to be like, before I go out to seek another wife, I tell my wife. But he already started to talk to somebody who was his ex before he met Angelica. So she was like, look, I want my girl back. I don't really want to deal with that. And he was like, oh, come on. I set up a date. She wants to meet you. Let's go. So y'all, they end up at we have these in Indiana, like it's like the witchcraft stores, tarot card readers, psychic stores. That's what I pictured at. So they got there, and she was like, where are we at? And she looked really cute for the date. And he was like, oh, let me introduce you. So we walk in, and it's the girl from the craft it looked like. She was so cute, but she reminded me of Rachel True, I swear. So she walks in, he like, you look cute. She's like, you look cute too. And it was just very awkward. And Angelica was feeling like she was left out. I think that's the thing that gets me with Sister Wives. Like, I would be just overly jealous. Like, you're supposed to be making me as the primary first wife, the only wife, feel comfortable first, and then I feel like then she could ease into that, because I don't like how that goes. But okay. So she was like, so he was like, they were complimenting each other. So she said, well, today I'm a witch, and we're getting ready to make some candles. She's like, I'm a practicing witch. I was like, oh, now I don't get down with all that. Go ahead, you do what you want to do. I don't, not even on Halloween, only in the Wizard of Oz, okay? Or what's the other, Wicked? So they sit down to make candles, and I guess that was a weird first date, but she was like, we're gonna make intention candles, and I'm making a candle for intentional love. I said, okay, girl, go ahead. I'm not knocking it. You do you. I'm not knocking it. So she was so Matt's wife, Angelica, was like, so what was it like dating 21-year-old Matt? Because they dated like 12 years ago or so. And so our girl, Marilyn is her name. Marilyn is making her candle with a straight face. And she's like, oh, it was very sexually driven. And you could sort of see in Angelica's face, like, oh my gosh, like, I got to hear about my 21-year-old husband and his, Seggs drive. And so why did Marilyn drop the mic and say it was adequate? I was so done. Matt was so offended. He's like, date over. You mean it's just adequate? When I tell you she killed Matt's ego, I was like, oh my goodness, why would she get on there and say that? And it made me think of this movie. I love 80s movies. It's called She Devil. And it starred Roseanne Barr. And it was this lady that worked with Roseanne, and she was like, how's your lunch? And she was like, adequate. Like, who wants to eat an adequate lunch? Who wants to have adequate intimacy? It was just like, that's just horrible. So he was offended. So date over. So now my girl is like, you better go get Shanae. Okay. And it was just hilarious. Because you know how I feel about Matt. I'm like, every time he get on the screen, he irritates me. I don't know why, but I like his wife, but I just don't know why. So yeah, that was what happened over there with Matt and his Matt and Marilyn. It was the craft all over again. Okay. So let's go to our next couple. I'm gonna start with the couples that don't have the most. So we just finished up with Matt and them. That's what I'm gonna say. So that's them. So get Shanae back. I don't know. Shanae kind of out there. Like, you're not supposed to start, like, it's supposed to be an agreement. You just went ahead and was intimate with somebody. I guess she was honest, but okay. Okay. Macaroni and cheese here. When I tell you Ezell, okay, and Danny, I don't know. Yesel, I think it is. I keep saying Yesel and Danny. Okay. Yesel is so inappropriate, you guys. Like, he just okay, so they're going on a date with this girl named Jackie. But we found out in the last episode that Jackie, Yesel, and Danny, they all had a group chat going, right? So it was to make everybody feel safe, like everybody was in the group chat communicating, and it was all good. However, like always, can't trust him. His cell leaves the group chat, right? So he leaves the group chat with Jackie and they're communicating, and Danny finds out. Now, this is a bad thing because back in the past when they were dating, of course, he dipped off on her again. In my opinion, I don't think that Ezell, and I'm only outside looking in, of course, is mature enough to handle this relationship with Danny. She's always going to be on the outlook. And I don't think Danny is strong enough to share her man. So they went off to meet this new girl, Jackie, who Ezell was like talking about, she's bye boom, she got the booty, she got the boobs and all that stuff. And as you can see, Ezell's wife, Danny, she's just like slim up and down fit. They're totally opposites, and I'm not saying one is better than the other, but that would make me uncomfortable if I'm super curvy or I'm not, and he's just drooling over another body type that I could never obtain. So, and you're dipping off talking to her on the side. It was just horrible. So they decide to meet at this bar. Immediately he's like, shots. And Danny is like, no. Like, my girl was sitting there drinking coffee. He was like, a drink. Okay. She was like, okay, a drink. So the new potential sister wife come in, Jackie, and she looks really cute. And her and Danny are wearing the same color, and that was really cute. And so they ordered like this platter. So the platter had it had macaroni and cheese on it. So he's like flirting with the lady straight in the door, talking about something. Do you know the sound macaroni and cheese makes? And she's like, no. And he's like, oh, you don't know the sound that macaroni and cheese make, in the bedroom. And I'm like, you are so freaking immature. Like, this is the first time Danny is not responding. This is the first time you meeting this girl. And we could tell that Yesel had more than one drinks, and he was so excited. And so instead of them getting to like the whole plan of a potential sister wife, I think that, and of course it's chopped up, it's edited, we know that. Jackie, who's the potential, she says, I'm a Latina, so that means I love sex. Sex is important to me. Like, okay, I was just like, what? Like, that's how you lead it off? And she has a daughter too. And she's like, basically, when we go start off to have sex, like, that made me think that they're in my opinion, they already did. They already sneaked off on a group chat together, out the group chat, left Danny hanging. And then she brings up she wants to have more kids. And Danny is like, that's where I draw the line. I want to be the only one that basically carries your baby. And I was just like, see, this is when stuff get complicated, because it could easily be a slip up, easily forget the pill, easily forget the prophylactic, whatever, forget all this stuff. And then now you're pregnant and you're stuck with it, which brings me to the next couple. Okay. Speaking of, sorry, y'all. Which brings me to the next couple. And I just wanted to move on from them because they just, I didn't like Yessel. That is going to be Garrick, Lorena, and Danielle, my favorite couple of the show, period. Garrick just, how do we even wait, is that who all I want to talk about? No. Let's skip from there. Let's go back. We'll save them for last. Let's go to the Davis. Y'all, absolutely love them. Bring them back another season. For real. Nick, okay, if you guys don't watch Sister Wives, we have Nick right here. Nick and his two wives, okay? Because last year he had another wife, but she left. She got up out of there. I thought she was too young anyway. She got up out of there. But he has these two wives. Nick has a nice smile. He really does. But he's really little. He has these two wives, and they work, and they're married to each other. Yes. They're married to each other. The two wives. So the blonde and the little, I guess, strawberry blonde and regular blonde, I guess, or the brown and brunette. I don't know. Y'all let me know their hair colors. So red lips and the other girl, they're married. So he was married to Red Lips first. And now he married Favorite Davis. That's what I call her. And they had a baby. Okay. So y'all, they brought in this potential sister wife who I just don't agree with. Like, and I think it's because she runs her mouth too much. And that's Jen in the back. She has the bangs. She's been on podcasts and interviews basically saying how she used to be a prostitute. Nick really seems like he's not that into her. Like, he is, Katja said, one wife is not enough. No, no, it's not. Especially when you have your wives work for you. So Nick does not work. Nick does not drive. Nick doesn't have to do anything. He's like a stay-at-home dad. That's all he has to do. They have a boom room. They have a big, huge bed. They all sleep in together. It is crazy. So Nick is saying, hey, I don't want to know if I want to cross the line. And I just feel like the new sister wife, she's too pushy. Like, she's ready to get married. She's ready to have her last name Davis. She already moved in with them. And I just feel like she's going to cause chaos in the relationship. So they're going out to eat, and Nick, because when they say he got a big brain, like, he doesn't have to do anything because he's super smart. He has a high IQ. And they just want to take care of him. They don't even want him to drive because a king should not have to drive. That's the whole quote. I'm not kidding you. So they go to a hibachi restaurant, which, oh my gosh, I really want hibachi. That sounds so good. And the chef is there, to put the rice and stuff on the grill. And he's like, this is my wife, this is my other wife, and this is our girlfriend. And the guy was just like, okay, well, teach me how to do it then. So that's when the potential sister wife brings up how she wants to be in a relationship with them, and she's ready to seal the deal. And they were saying, hey, we think this is just a little too fast. Let's slow it down. I just don't think they want her in there. You know what I mean? Like, she pouts when she doesn't have enough boom room time. She's doing the most, and I don't know if I told you guys, she brought her son to live too. She has a teen son, but they said all the kids get along. So I'm keeping my eye on her. I don't know if she's there to protect or destroy, actually, because I'm gonna be real, the two Davises, they look like they had so much like going on for themselves and were getting a little more stable after Danielle left, but now it seems like they just want to spice it up. I think they'll be back another season because Favorite Davis, that's why I call her in the blue dress. I think that's his favorite wife. And I know people say people are not supposed to have wives, but I mean no favorites, but no, he got a favorite in my opinion. Oh my gosh, conscious, I'm cracking. Okay, now let's move cracking up. Let's move to our favorite couple. Dun, dun, dun. Garrick in the middle, Danielle, okay, and their new sister wife, Lorena. So this was an interesting episode because it started off with, basically Danielle's alone a lot. And you guys, that's why I said we have to do a breakdown on this whole relationship because we started with Mama Bert. So he started with Bert. He went on to two other potential wives, one from Brazil and one was I think it was a black woman from Colorado. She was a nurse. I don't know why I can't, or LA. She was a nurse. I don't know why I can't remember her name. And then they dated for a little bit, and now he's back in Brazil, and he brought home a wife that he needs a translator for, and she's a new sister wife. And yes, Danielle is still jealous. Hey, Garden. Danielle is still jealous. She is like, and I would be too. Now remember, Danielle and Garrick met, you guys. Now this you got to remember how they met because how you get them and how you lose them. Garrick came over to be he was dating Danielle's friend and came over to the dorm. And then this is how the story go. And then Danielle got with Garrick, and then they've been together 18 years. Then all of a sudden he found this new religion, which Garrick has a book out teaching you how to be a good obedient wife or something like that. But he found this new religion, told his family, hey, I now am going to be a poly family, and they disowned him. And we found out recently that his family was pretty popular in Buena Vista, Colorado, which looks beautiful, but they don't talk to him anymore. And Danielle and her family is all Garrick has. But do you guys feel like, I feel like Danielle loves Garrick and want to keep him happy. Um, but I feel like now looking at it, is it because she wants to control? Do they find people out the country? I know he has a attraction to Brazilian women, but do they find people out the country for a sense of control? Like, I moved you away and now you live here with us and you can't go nowhere or leave the state because you're on this K9 visa. Like it got to the point, remember Danielle divorced her husband so that he could marry somebody else, his new sister wife. So this will be a spoiler, so pause, because these shows are taped maybe a year, so this has been a year ago that this is now live. So this is where the spoilers start. So we saw on the show that they got this big house. We went over that last season. They have this huge house because Garrick is into construction, right? So they decided to have the master suite that him and Danielle share as a married couple as the boom boom room. And upstairs they have a sister's, they're like bunking in a sister's room, right? And they have two teenage kids too, and a little daughter. And what I don't understand is, I think that's like a form. Why Lorena can't have her own room? Like, and why Danielle can't have her own room? Why do they have to sleep in twin beds in a? It's kind of freaky because if you're not in the room, you know where you're at, right? You see what I'm saying? So Danielle is left in the room. Did you guys notice she had wine on her nightstand? And wait, she had wine the whole, like, if we watch every episode, Danielle has had a drink in her hand every episode. So I'm like, is this taking a toll on her? Because I didn't remember that. So Danielle is upstairs while the new sister wife is down. And for y'all that don't watch it, like I said, Danielle has on the blue dress. Okay. And the new sister wife for Brazil, she's the brown skin one. And her and Garrick went to the boom boom room. So Garrick has, like, it got to the point Danielle had to move all her, sorry guys, Danielle had to move all her stuff out the room, out her husband's space, because they're going to share a room, like their room, like they're in a dorm. So that was her first night with Garrick. So then they had to sit down and decide how many nights in a row. Cover your ears. Don't have me on speakerphone. They also had to do a changing of the sheets schedule, which I'm here for. Please change the sheets. But that is just, it's like everybody in the house know why you changing the sheets. Oh my goodness. Juanita Bynum would know what to do in this situation. If you know, you know. So they had a whole sheet discussion. And Garrett just seems really happy to have, I think he's in love with her. Like, they are saying they love each other, and I just would like to see how it goes. But let's go to according to Amber, who I wanted to show. And shout out to her. I put her link in my description, and I'll do it again here. So according to Amber, did a video, and it's fast forwarding to where we are now. And spoiler again, and that's her channel in there if you want to watch the whole video. Oh girl pregnant, or she was pregnant. Someone spotted them walking around in Colorado and posted a picture, allegedly. I want, you think Danielle crying just because of that? Let's take a look at what according to Amber had to say. And shout out to her.
Like, this is as real as it gets. Before it seemed like it was gonna happen, but it never seemed within reach. But now it's really freaking happening. This is not a drill. Garrick is fixing to marry this woman in the next 90 days, and it seems like it's really sinking in for Danielle, and she's really struggling with it. I don't know. I feel like Lorraine, it could be a good fit just because she's shy. Garrick's kind of shy. She seems like she's very understanding with Danielle being emotional, but that could be a lot for anybody to deal with. Like, I feel exhausted just sitting on my couch watching Danielle cry nonstop in the episode. I can't actually imagine being there and experiencing it in the flesh. That would be too much day in and day out. But she seems to be fine with it. I mean, you have some people who just like can't handle people getting upset. Like, some people, like, if you start crying or getting emotional, they'll just get mad and start yelling. But luckily, Lorraine isn't one of those type of people. She seems very fine with everything so far. They always seem like that at first, and then as time goes on, that's when we start to see them open up more and kind of complain about things. But regardless, I mean, Danielle better get used to it, because Lorraine isn't going anywhere, because she was pregnant with Garrick's baby. I say was because I'm sure by now she's had the baby, because she was spotted. I can't remember.
So according to Amber, found a Reddit article by someone named Fraggle Rock, I believe. Missed that show. And they got photos of her and Garrett walking around, spending time around the town, and she's pregnant. Now, noticeably, Danielle is not there. This is very interesting. And we're not and we could probably say that Derek and Danielle are still together because she's promoting the book that Garrick has as well. But this is interesting. Now we're going to bring a baby in the picture. And with this baby, from what we understand, Lorena was very close with her family. So would he be bringing, like, remember they wanted to bring Mama Bert's mama to the States as well? And Garrett got that bag to do so, it seems like, because remember he gave uh our girl $10,000 just to get on a plane, and then she disconnected her phone. Talking about Bert. So yeah, let's listen to a little bit more of Amber.
Remember how long ago it was. I want to say it was like at the beginning of the summer, about 3 or 4 months ago. She was spotted with Garrick. Somebody by the name of Fraggle Rock on Reddit posted these pictures, and I ended up seeing, or no, Fraggle of the Rock. That's their username. They ended up posting these pictures on the Seeking Sister Wife Reddit, and I saw Starcasm post about it. And as soon as I saw this, I'm like, okay, it looks like they actually got a girl over here. And she was very much pregnant. You can tell if it was that long ago, she's definitely had the baby by now. And I definitely wonder how Danielle's handling that. You know, they're going to come back for another season. This is what TLC has been salivating for and been waiting for this whole time, is the Merrifields to finally get a wife over here. But I don't know. I think that they might have potential, but it's still a little early on to be able to fully tell. But let me know what you guys think about the Merrifields in the comments below. I will try to cover the rest of the couples in a
And thanks for that, Amber. So yeah, I just wanted to. That was very interesting to see that Lorena is pregnant now. What do I think they'll make it? Yeah. Um, I think that. Have we ever heard Danielle say she wanted to have more kids with the sister wife? I can't remember that. Because we were shocked when Danielle got pregnant out of nowhere. Um, I think Lorena and Garrett probably have more potential. And this is what I want to say. I don't like when the older wives say that the new wife is like a shiny new toy. I don't know why that kind of sucks. And they're like, we're hoping it wears off. Two reasons. Because number one, did it wear off with you when you weren't? I guess so. If you're saying that, when you were not the shiny new toy anymore, and or are you referring just to the intimacy when you say that? Because why would someone want to get married just to, with the potential that I'll never be the shiny new toy again? Like, this is crazy. Um, yeah. Hey, it's their world, not mine. Look, I can't judge anybody. You guys, I just wanted to cover that. So tonight is the new episode. I have not caught up on Sister Wives yet. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I could sit there with Cody for that long. And also, I'm getting kind of mad that I, I don't know. I'm getting kind of mad that we're pushing David and Cody together. It almost reminds me of Little People Big World. Remember when the Roloffs got a divorce, and then we had to see Amy's new man and Matt's new woman, who I think Matt was cheating with anyway. I think Amy, you knew that Matt went and got a secretary, but you know that's me and my TLC shows. And it used to be the Learning Channel, like my friend said. It used to be the Learning Channel, and now look at it. We just all over the place. But hopefully when we get to Matt and them, talking about Matt and Angelica, hopefully our girl from the craft did not put like one of those woo-woos on them or whatever you say. So yeah, and Gardens, polygamy is such an interesting topic. It's so strange because how do you have time for your kids, two wives, a job, and in some of these people cases, three wives? Well, that would be Nick, and Nick don't work at all. Nick doesn't work. Nick doesn't work. He doesn't drive. They do everything for Nick. So he knows something. He got something. I don't know what Nick got going on, but he's not even married to any of them, and he could walk away. He done made these people marry each other. This is a mess. Say, don't hate the player, hate the game. Until next time, I appreciate you guys. Like on the way out, comment and subscribe, and let me know who's your favorite couple on Secret Sister Wife. Bye.